If you're buying a home in Metro Detroit right now, there are 5 mistakes I see buyers make consistently, and every single one of them costs thousands of dollars. Today, I'm going over all 5 and I'm telling you exactly how to avoid them. The market in Metro Detroit right now is competitive. Inventory is limited in areas like Birmingham, Bloomfield Hills, Grosse Pointe, and Rochester Hills, and buyers who are not prepared are the ones getting hurt. These are not obscure mistakes. These are the same 5 mistakes I see in transaction after transaction. And you don't have to make these mistakes. So let's start with the one that catches buyers off guard the most, and that is getting the pre approval too late. In this market, homes in Farmington, Troy, and Novi are receiving multiple offers within days of hitting the MLS. If you're calling me about a house and you don't have your pre approval letter in hand, we're already behind. And I want to be clear about something. A pre approval is not the same thing as a pre qualification. A pre qualification is a phone conversation. Pre approval means your lender has reviewed your income documentation, your credit, and your assets, and they have issued a written commitment. Sellers will not take an offer seriously without it, so before you attend a single open house, call a lender and get that letter in hand. Now, the second mistake I see even with experienced buyers is letting the emotions drive the offer. You walk into a house in Grosse Pointe or West Bloomfield, it has the kitchen you've been dreaming about, and suddenly you're ready to waive every contingency, offer $20,000 over asking without strategy behind it. I understand the feeling completely, but emotion without strategy is expensive. In a competitive situation, there are smart ways to strengthen your offer. An escalation clause, a clean offer with a strong earnest money deposit, or a flexible closing date. What separates a strong offer from a reactive one is intentional structuring, and that's exactly what your agent should be helping you with. Which brings me to the third mistake, and this is one I get the most questions about: skipping or waiving the home inspection. In a competitive market, some buyers feel pressured to waive inspections entirely. I advise against that in most situations. What I do encourage is buyers to consider instead an inspection for informational purposes only. That means you complete the full inspection, but you agree in advance not to negotiate repairs unless there's a material defect, a structural issue, a safety hazard, or a major system failure. That approach keeps your offer competitive while still giving you the information you need to make a sound decision. A home in the $500,000 range with an unknown foundation issue or failed HVAC system is not a deal. It is a liability. There's always a smarter path than going in completely blind. The fourth mistake is the one that is almost entirely about preparation, and that is underestimating closing costs. Buyers consistently budget for the down payment, but forget about everything else that is due at the closing table. In Michigan, closing costs for a buyer typically run between 2% and 5% of the purchase price. On a $600,000 home, that's $12,000 to $30,000 on top of your down payment. Those costs include lender fees, title insurance, prepaid property taxes, homeowners insurance, transfer taxes, and a prepaid mortgage interest. The fix here is simple. Ask your lender for a loan estimate within 3 days of your application. Federal law requires them to provide one, and it will give you a line-by-line breakdown of every projected cost so there's no surprises. And the fifth mistake is one people feel the most uncomfortable talking about, which is choosing the wrong agent for this market. Here's what I want you to think about when choosing an agent. Real estate in Metro Detroit is a relationship business. The way your agent communicates with the listing agent on the other side of the transaction can be the difference between your offer being accepted and being passed over. I've spent years building up a reputation in this market for professionalism, responsiveness, and follow through. And I'm not going to disappear on you. I'm not going to miss a deadline, and I'm not going to let something fall apart because of a lack of attention. When you interview agents, ask them what they're going to do to advocate for you. Then pay attention to how they answer. If you're getting ready to start the home buying process in Metro Detroit, I want to hear from you. My contact information is in the description below. I also have a free home buyer's guide on my website that walks you through the full process from pre-approval all the way through the closing day. The link is in the description. I'm Leslie Martin, and I look forward to helping you make your next move.